Today I want to talk about those people who maybe have turned away from faith and they're feeling like, they've done something wrong and God's angry. They might think that, or other people might say that that might anger God and, bring up God's judgment. But I want to point out an interesting phenomena that happens, and it's when a lot of people are focusing on the one thing, but that's not the one thing that's leading to their destruction. It's always something that follows. People are so focused on the one thing, and the other thing kind of just sneaks up on them, and they don't think about it. They don't really put their focus on it, but that's the thing that catches them out, and it happens all the time. But before I explain it in a biblical, a spiritual sense, I want to explain it in a normal, secular, world, in the world, something that happens all the time. And one example is, that guy at work, that employee at work, where the employee is not doing a good job. They're struggling, they're falling behind. But it's not that which people around him, co-workers and bosses, are getting frustrated with. It's the thing that he overcompensates. They are condescending to other people. They're always trying to put other people down. They're always trying to do something, and it's those things that makes people, be frustrated with them. A lot of people don't care about their actual weakness. Maybe they're struggling or whatever, or they're not doing well. People don't care about that. But it's the overcompensation, the things that they do. They're always condescending. They're always trying to make themselves feel better and lift themselves up by putting other people down. And that's what's frustrating other people. Even, maybe it's, I remember back in school, some people were they feel like they want to get attention. And people don't really care, right, if you're not the most popular person. But it's those people who are trying to get attention, and it's the actions that they do to get attention. That's what frustrates people. And in the same way, the people who have turned away from faith, who turned away from God, a lot of the times it's not that, it's what follows that angers God. The first thing, if it was just the first part, God can deal with that, or people can deal with that. People can find a way. If people stay on the first part, if they're struggling, stay on the first part. Don't make it worse by trying to fix it yourself. Like in Romans 1, it says that people, turn away from the knowledge of God. But then a few verses down, it says, it's like God gave them over to their evil desires, their malice, their murder, their envy. And these are the things that God is going to punish them for. God doesn't need to punish them for turning away from Him. And when it says God gives them over, it's not like God is putting a force on them to give them over, but the way they're acting is as if there's something supernatural coming over them to want to do these wicked actions. And that's why they kind of explain it as, well, God is giving them over because these people are not acting reasonable. There's something driving them. Another interesting phenomena that happens is good is never mixed with evil. It's always evil and more evil, and good and more good. A lot of these things just go together. There's a strange phenomena that happens that if you do one of those things, it's like you're on this landslide for all the other things to come. Something simple, like I was at lunch with some people, and we stepped out, we just finished lunch, we were at work break, and there was a young kid who just came up to me, and he had some sort of condition, I'm not sure, and he was asking for money. He was sort of going around and begging people for money. He came up to me, and I had a few dollars in my pocket, and I just gave it to him. And my coworker snapped at me right away, after we left that, and he's like, "Oh no, this person's just a scammer." I could tell from this kid that, it wasn't just on the street. There was some disability about him, and it's not something that you could fake, really, just by looking at it. I mean, even if he didn't look that way, no one just goes around begging on the street. Scammers don't go begging. Maybe they've had some bad past or bad history, or something has happened to them that they go around on the street. But I just found it very strange that how someone could be so greedy. And this coworker of mine was doing very well. He lived in a very very good neighborhood, but that level of greed. And he's not even the one who gave the money, but he sharply snapped at me, making me look like I've done something stupid by giving someone on the streets who's asking for a couple of dollars, right? But it's when you follow good, other good works follow you. But when you follow evil, when you have evil desires, when you just follow your own lusts, your own desires, it's not just that one thing. Everything follows with that. You become like a horrible person, and you don't even realize it. And it could just start with just not wanting to follow God, not being interested in knowing what God has to say, in the path, in learning about His Word. If you want to be lazy, if you maybe don't want to follow God, if you think it's too hard, there's a lot of things that will just crumble from underneath you. And if you are someone who's putting in the effort, and it might be hard, you might be tired, but you're still following God, you're still committed to what God wants you to do, whether it's faith, prayer, you might not see it, but there is a solid foundation holding you. So that's all I want to leave you with. As usual, I want to open up the opportunity. If you don't know the Lord, if you haven't accepted the Lord in your heart, you can just pray right now and ask Him into your heart, and He guides you, and He sets your path straight, because that's what He promises He will do. So that's all I've got. Don't forget, if you like this video, hit the like button, leave a comment. If you like my content in general, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.